Hello, this is Samuel Akinboro, Samuel Akinyele Akinboro. I graduated from Lagelu Grammar School in 1987. My sincere apologies that I could not be with you for the week-long 60th anniversary ceremony of our school. I wish I could be there with you in person, but you can be sure that I'm there with you in spirit. With humility and deep gratitude, I accept the recognition and the award from Lagelu Grammar School as a distinguished old boy of the school. I thank you. I thank the Distinguished Award Committee, and I thank the Old Boy Association. Most importantly, I want to thank the 1987 Old Boys Association set for nominating me. It is most humbling when people that know you the most recognize you. So thank you. So I thought rather than going through a laundry list of accomplishments, what I want to do is to share with you a short story about my life journey so far and some of the few key lessons that I've learned along the way. So I'm going to share with you 3 key lessons. So number 1, you need people in your life that will challenge you. Their motives of where they're challenging you matter less to you. What matters most is your response to that challenge, the challenges they throw at you. I'll give you examples of 3 people that challenged me. Number 1 is Mr. Enekwesi. Mr. Enekwesi was our math and chemistry teacher when I was in Form 3. Mr. Enekwesi always had me sit in front of his class. And every time he asked us a question in class, whether I raised my hand or not, he always calls on me. He will say, Aki, what's the answer to this question? At the beginning, I really knew the answer. I was not prepared. So I would feel humiliated when he called on me. But what that did for me was, over time, I realized that I need to prepare before I go to his class. So what I started doing is studying the night before and preparing for the next class. And behold, when he calls on me, I was able to answer those questions. I'll tell you, when I finished from Lagelu Grammar School, my best 2 subjects, where I scored the highest in our school exam, was math and chemistry. And this is because I rose to the challenge that Mr. Enekwesi threw at me. The second example I'll give you is Mr. Shani Williams. Mr. Shani Williams is the CEO of the first company I worked for in Nigeria. Mr. Shani was an American-trained software engineer. And Mr. Williams would give a few of us real-life business problems to solve. Those days, we used to program in SQL, Oracle database programming. And it would give me a problem to solve. And before it's time to go home, maybe around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., I'll go to Mr. Williams and I'll tell him, what you asked me to do cannot be done. It's not possible. And Mr. Williams will look me at the face and say, Aki, nothing is impossible. If you think about it deeper, you can do it. That always infuriated me. I'll go back to my seat mad, but what I had to do was I started looking at the manual of the Oracle database programming. And I'll tell you, every time Mr. Williams tells me something is impossible, it was right. It's not impossible. What I had to do was dig deeper. And when I dug deeper, I found answer to the question, and I solved the business problem. Last but not the least is my parents. I remember when, at the end of the school term, I'll go home. Typically, in my class, I'll be maybe the top 2 or top 3 or top 4. And I'll take my results home, and my parents would look at my result and ask me, What position are you? I say, oh, I'm number 3. I'll be feeling proud of myself. And my parents would ask me, who's number 1? And I'll say, some of you are in the crowd today. There's Yombo Adeyemo, there's Ademola Adedeji, there is Ayo Adeleke, there is the Kilanko brothers, Taiwo and Konde. There's so many of you in the crowd today. My parents asked me, Shewon Lori Meji. That means, do they have 2 heads? How come they can be number 1 and you cannot be number 1? And when they asked me that question, I was not really too happy about it. But what I started doing was those people that were better than me, I started making them my friends and trying to understand what are they doing differently than I. And how can I emulate some of their qualities or some of the ways they study that maybe I was not doing. That challenge made them my friend, and we're able to form a partnership where we made each other better. So the second lesson I want to share with you is hard work. Hard work trumps talent. Lots of you listening today, you probably are smart. For you to be in Lagelu, you have to be one of the smartest. Having said that, if you don't put in the hard work, smart alone is not enough. The story I want to share with you is a story of an NBA player that I followed, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant started his career in Los Angeles Lakers about the same time I started my career in the US. So I followed him closely. For you to be in the NBA, you have to be a top talent. Only the top athletes make it to the NBA. So you have to understand everybody is good. So the question is, what differentiates you? What Kobe did, and this is according to him and his teammates and people that play against him, is that Kobe had an exemplary work ethic. He's the first person that will get to the gym, and he's the last person that will leave the gym. He puts in the work before the game. He doesn't just wait for the game day and try to perform. All the work is already done before he gets to the game. And what do you see? You see the result. It shows how he performed during the game. Kobe retired after 20 years with Los Angeles Lakers with not one, but 2 of his jerseys retired. And he was proclaimed as the greatest Lakers ever. Lakers had so many good players, but he was said to be the best out of all of them. And why? Because he put in the hard work. My third point is that you need an anchor. You need a set of core values and moral absolutes to guide you through life. For me, some of those core values is humility, respect for others, integrity, that is doing the right thing when nobody is watching. You need these core values to guide you. And secondly, you need a higher power to call on. When all the chips are down, when the debts are high and the funds are low, when you face the life challenges, all of us, all of you, I can guarantee today you'll face life challenges. So when you face those challenges, you need somebody to call on. For me, the person I call on is the Almighty God. It's my refuge when the storms are raging. And I encourage you to also find an anchor that will guide you as you go through life. So in closing, I want to leave you with our school motto, Semper Optimum. It means always the best. So what does it mean to be the best? It means rising to challenges that are thrown at you. No excuses. It means working hard, developing your God-given talents. Give it your best. It means be willing to go on your knees and cry to God when you go through life challenges and life's tests. That's what it means to be the best. And that's what I want to leave you with. Thank you.